me first say we
resolution.
welcome the unanimous adoption of Resolution 2199. Today's resolution under Chapter 7 of the UN Charter includes a range of tools, including sanctions and other binding measures, to degrade the ability of ISIL, as well as al-Nusra and other al-Qaeda-associated groups subject to UN sanctions to continue their brutal and destructive agendas. It focuses exclusively on terrorist financial support networks, especially ISIL's raising of funds through oil smuggling, kidnapping for ransom, and other illicit activities. It also includes a ban on the illicit trade of antiquities from Syria, the first time this element has been included. I think the fact that this was there was unanimous adoption of this resolution answers the question on how seriously the global community takes these issues and how willing the global community is to take steps to address the funding resources of ISIL and take steps over the course of the future, but also many have taken steps in the last couple of months to address these issues on their own.
That includes leaning heavily on your allies to stop the funding.
You're very familiar with the steps we've taken.
Let me just ask you on
Can I just ask one more question on the funding? It's the text is heavily on the UN. Sorry, the UN text is heavily on stopping oil smuggling. But I understand that the United States believes that oil is not the main source of revenue for IS anymore. So where do you think that the other revenue streams are coming from, particularly?
Well, we've talked about this a bit in the past, and the resolution does address kidnapping for ransom and other illicit activities. We pointed out oil smuggling as one of them. As you know, we've also taken steps to take out a number of their oil refineries, given the funding that we believe that they receive from that. Antiquities, which this does also address, is another stream of funding that they have unfortunately raised illicit funds from, stealing these treasures from around the world. So it does address a range of the concerns we have, and clearly there's other actions, including military actions, that we've taken to address their sources of funding as well.
Okay, but back at the back end of last year, I remember going to several briefings by US officials in which it was stressed that the oil revenue was the main source of funding. Are you saying now that this has been overtaken by kidnapping, ransoms, and antiquities?
I wasn't saying that. I think the resolution references oil smuggling. I also referenced the fact that I think we've taken out, I can get you the specific numbers, but I think I gave them yesterday, on oil refineries and the number of those, but certainly that remains a stream of funding.
Okay.
But part of that resolution is actually points out to the fact that they are still getting like $1 million a day. That ISIS is getting about $1 million a day from oil, from the flow of oil, and selling it on ISIL.
And it addresses oil smuggling, and that's why it includes that information.
One more, ISIL.
Okay.
Madam, who is buying their oil in the black market, and also who is supplying the arms to them in exchange to kill the innocent people around the globe?
Again, that's an issue that we have serious concern about. That's why I don't have any more specifics to lay out for you. That's why we raise it with our partners in the region. It's an issue that, again, there was unanimous support for a UN Security Council resolution on, and certainly we believe that their sources of funding should be cut off. Go ahead, Abby.